I hope you've enjoyed your meal. If anybody didn't like that dessert, just bring it right up here. I'm not going to say who in this room, but I went around and was looking, and I think some lady ate the plate that it was on. Because she had no dish. No dish. She said, I ate the whole thing. I said, you ate the plate too? Anyway, we're so happy to have BBFlockling back again this year. Charlene does a wonderful job of representing Rose. I have the privilege of dealing with Rose back and forth, and we worked on the programs. She put all these little emojis in. You should have seen me trying to find those on my program I do. Was not fun. But anyway, I'm going to turn it over to Charlene Smith. She's got her Rose hat on today, and with that, please, a big round of applause for Charlene.
And thanks for showing up for our lunch, right? And the food was absolutely great, and we're really glad to have everyone here. Rose, I can just give you a few updates for her because my voice is just not going to handle too much here. But I can tell you that she's got some great things coming up in the future that I think everyone's going to be excited about. I can also tell you that we're both chicken people, so you'll see lots of chicken things on our Facebooks and those types of things. And we have a great time putting these together. It's really fun to be on her Facebook, in particular, the BBFlockling fan club. We always share pictures of her kids and grandkids and great-grandkids that help with making all these wonderful things. So if you've seen some of them, the stands that she's made have all been helped by the kids. And it's just way too fun. They decorate them and they get some good time, and that's so much fun for everybody when all the kids are involved. She gets the centerpieces, as you can see. Tommy, her daughter, made the outfits for those, so that's kind of fun. So the whole family is involved when you look at anything with BBFlockling. The whole family is involved, which is, I think, a really great thing. And I am going to turn this over to Mary, who's going to show read our story.
Movie first.
Movie first.
Movie first. So I'm going to read you the story of the mystery of the lavender scented envelope. Once upon a time, there was a bright young lad who could not contain his insatiable curiosity. His ability to find and masterfully put together clues to solve puzzles was remarkable. Not surprising, he yearned to learn all he could from famous sleuths. After school, he would spend hours at the library searching out unsolved mystery stories and then solve them. While his boyhood friends were busy racing cars and wooing girls, Wilf would have nothing of it. Instead, he read every Sherlock Holmes book he could find. As he grew older, his renown grew, and he was often called upon to find precious lost objects, missing dogs and cats, and solving impossible puzzles. One early morning in late summer, he received an unannounced visitor at his door. A dignified elderly man named William had heard about this young sleuth and was hopeful that he would accept a case to solve. He was a well-known artist from Boston, never married, and quite content with his life. However, his health was declining and he was becoming more and more reclusive. He found great comfort reminiscing over happy memories, and he began to wonder about the welfare of his closest childhood friend. Her name was Gwendolyn, and they had grown up together as friends and neighbors in the same countryside. She loved flowers, wore her hair long and loose, except for 2 rounded braids on each side of her head, just as her grandmother wore hers. While she daily gathered morning wildflowers, William would render pictures of the meadows and the landscapes in his own unique particular style. William could remember very little about her family, only that Gwendolyn was devoted to her grandparents in Europe and visited them every summer. Regretfully, he had never paid much attention to the details of her life, as his art was his consuming passion. However, he had painted a watercolor of her grandmother's home as she had described it and gave it to her as a 17th birthday gift. What William did remember vividly was the morning Gwendolyn did not greet him at the gate. He waited there until noon, but to no avail, and he never saw her again. Instead, his mother found an envelope placed in their mailbox the next day. Inside the envelope was the painting he had made for her, along with a note and a lavender sprig inside. William was embarrassed that he did not have more details to give the sleuth. My memory is not what it used to be. Is it possible that you might find news of my dear friend Gwendolyn? Of course, Will was anxious to accept the mission, and so he did without hesitation. And the moment William left and closed the door, the young sleuth began gathering clues. And these are the clues he gathered. Gwendolyn and Whiff were 17 years old when they parted company. The rendering of grandmother's farmhouse was painted 60 years ago. Gwendolyn wore 2 circular braids and long loose hair, a sprig of dried lavender, and a 4-cent lavender-colored heart stamp. After pondering the clues late into the night, Wilf visited the library the next morning and searched for large flower farms in Europe circa 60 years ago. He looked for farmhouses that might be similar to the drawing, but he could not find a farmhouse in Europe with turrets. Then he began to wonder if the lavender sprig and the stamp might be the key. So he searched again for large lavender farms in Europe that were flourishing during the era of the 4-cent stamp. He was ecstatic to find a farm in Provence, France, famous for their lavender fields with an abbey on the property with turrets. The family had restored the abbey after a large fire and had made it their home. Their estate became known as one of the country's most famous lavender fields. With quaint villages and rolling vineyards, Provence was renowned for their history of growing fields of lavender. So Wilf, being confident with what he had discovered, thought that he should investigate further. He shared his findings with William, who immediately booked a flight for him to France. That night, Will packed his suitcase with essentials, a loaf of bread, cheese, flavored seltzer, his magnifying glass, and maps. The next day, he arrived in Provence, France, and with the help of his maps, located the Abbey farmhouse with turrets. As he approached the estate's open gate, he could smell the strong fragrance of lavender. Almost instantly, he noticed a girl pruning the lavender bushes. To his surprise, her hair was styled just as William had described his childhood friend. He walked over to her and asked politely if a woman named Gwendolyn lived there. The girl looked shocked. "Well, my name is Gwendolyn." His sensible head became quite faint, as if he had somehow stepped back right into William's memory. For the first time in his life, Wolf became so disoriented that he did not know what to say. The young lady came to his rescue. "Perhaps you were looking for my grandmère. I was named after her. She is indoors resting at the moment. Can I help you?" In an awkward jumble of words, Wilf described his mission, and after a long silence, they both began to laugh heartily. Wilf laughed a little too long and a little too loudly, which was not common for him at all. Gwendolyn was now at ease with this young sleuth. "Come inside and we'll tell my grandmère all about this. She will be delighted, of course. And yes, I do recall her mentioning a childhood friend who was as protective as a brother to her. She has never forgotten their friendship. You see, our family estate had suffered a devastating fire when grandmère was living in America. All relatives were immediately called to come save the planting season. She was obligated to help restore the damage from the fire and buildings, and she never wanted to leave. When Wilf then showed her the lavender-scented envelope, Gwendolyn squinted in thought, then looked long into his eyes, and with a genuine smile, she finally said, "Wilf, I think you are an especially good man to take on this sort of mission." As they walked toward the Abbey, she continued, "Come with me to meet Monsieur William's friend, and I would like to show you our lavender along the way. This time of year, we are always sad when the fields begin to dry. I've been wondering if there might be a way to preserve their lavender essence throughout the winter. Do you have any ideas?" Wolf was quite satisfied that he had accomplished his mission, but he had a curious feeling that this was the beginning of an even more exciting one ahead. So that is the story. So now you can open your little packages there.
Yes,
Oh, look. We've got little lavender eucalyptus candles. How sweet.
All right, so as you get
They
those
smell
out,
really
this
strong.
is
They
how
smell
they
great.
decided to, this is how Wolf decided to preserve the lavender essence into winter.
Oh, and a candle. Very nice. Okay, we're waiting on the go-ahead to open our dolls.
Tradition at Modern Doll,
At these.
tradition is that we wait till everyone gets their dolls and open them when the artist or someone gives you direction. Just for future things, please wait and let everybody open them together.
Just waiting on the, and then we got the
If you
stand.
haven't opened yours, go ahead and open them.
Okay. Apparently some people got going early. Here is the certificate for Gwendolyn and Honey. Oh, she's so pretty just from the picture. So let's get her opened up. Oh, ooh, I got one with a purple dress. I didn't realize there were different colored dresses. Very nice indeed. This one was especially for me. Oh, she's so cute. I just snatched her whole wig right off. Let's see. She is adorable. Check her out. Really cute. Then trying to push it down really well. She's got glittery blue eyes. I love the purple outfit. I'm so excited I got a purple one. Purple outfit with the pink dress. Her little hands are blushed. Look how cute she is. She's
Everyone get their dolls
adorable.
open. Are you all happy as can be?
Yay! There's something else in here I want to look at.
We didn't get to
Oh.
see these very far in
This is the
advance.
mystery.
We had a hard time getting pictures, and I noticed the fabrics are different, aren't they?
They are. Oh wow, there's lavender
Oh,
inside here.
Well, I hope you love the one you received.
That's really nice.
Hostesses, now we need you.
The inside of the letter is painted, and then there's the letter here from
And to buy the centerpiece, you have to be
We must leave for grandmother's house tonight, and I don't know whether we will return, but I promise to be your friend forever, and I will never forget you. Farewell,
But they get first choice.
William. Love. Farewell, dear William. Love, Gwendolyn. That's cute. That's a really nice touch, along with some dried lavender in there. Very nice.
Can you collect the
So we got the lavender scented letter with the doll. That's a really cute detail. I love that. All right, so they're gonna pull for centerpieces, which I've decided at the last minute not to put in for because Wilf is adorable. But we'll see you guys later.
I want to say a huge thank you to my patrons from Patreon: Lindsay S., Leah W., Doreen Z., Janice H., Mercedes W., Cindy K., Bear Sunflower, Diane B., Kelly L., Cindy L., Krista R., Victory Ron, Shorna R., Shira Star Hobby, Stephanie W., Jessica S., Ray M., Asia C., Shalane C., and Penny P. Your support means so much to me and helps me continue bringing you great dolly content. For more information on how you can become a supporter of this channel, please see the link in the video description. Thanks for watching!